In this part of the video, we're going to go over writing your article. Now we're just going to use a word processor to write our article. That way we have it saved in our computer and then we can go and submit it to the article directories later. Now what you're going to want to do is use one that's available to you. If you don't have one on your system already, you can just download OpenOffice Writer. Okay, so it's part of the OpenOffice Office suite. Just go to openoffice.org and download it. You can also use WordPad that usually comes pre-installed on Windows systems, or any other word processor you like. It doesn't really matter which one you use, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, now the first thing about article writing, you need to realize that you have to follow some rules in order to rank well with these articles. Now you've already done the important job of keyword research, and now you have to put that into use. So the first part of that is your article title. The article title must contain that keyword phrase that you're targeting. So in our case, we're going to target electronic dog training collars. Okay, so that needs to be in the title. Now, you can add words to the title, but that phrase needs to be intact in the title. Okay, so, and of course you need to capitalize it because it is a title. So capitalize appropriately. And then you can add to the front, back, or both of this phrase the name of the article. Okay, so we're going to just say, are they safe? Okay, so that's the first part of it. Make sure that you have your main keyword phrase intact somewhere in the title. Very important. Okay, now when we go to write our article body, in the first sentence you need to also have the same keyword phrase that you have in the title. Ideally it should be at the beginning of the whole thing, but as long as it's in the first sentence of the first paragraph, that is fine. Okay, so as you can see here, I have electronic dog training collars, the first words in my first paragraph, and then I continue on with my thought in that sentence. Okay, and then I continued my thought here. Many people ask if they are something that a dog owner should have in their training arsenal. In many circles, the answer is an emphatic yes, as long as you follow certain guidelines when using an electronic dog training collar. Okay, now you'll notice that I got my keyword phrase in at the end here, but without the S on the end. Okay, now remember, if we go back to our keywords, we also had electronic dog training collar is another one that we can rank for. So we're managing to get another keyword in here that is very similar as well. Okay, so that completes the first paragraph. We've got our keyword in there at the beginning, and we've got another keyword similar at the end. Now we could use any other keyword that we've chosen in here as well. And now as you finish up your article, another thing to consider is keyword density. Now you don't want to concentrate too much on this. After all, you are writing your article for visitors. However, you do want to try and make it attractive to the search engines as well. You need two things here. You need the search engines to like it, and you also need your visitors to like it. If you get it ranked high in the search engines, but people go to your article and it's gibberish or garbage, they're just going to click off, and you've accomplished nothing by your hard work to get it into the top of the search engine rankings. So my suggestion is to keep it around 3%. In other words, for every 100 words in your article, your keyword phrase should appear 3 times. Okay, now certain article directories have number of words that you must have in your article between 300 and 400 words. So try and make your article around 350 to 400 words so that it qualifies for submission to the article directories. Now, there's a lot of talk about when you're writing your articles to write about something you know about. Well, that isn't always an easy thing to do. Plus, you want to target niches that are hot, and you're not likely to know all of them. So really that's hogwash. What you want to do is find the niche that you want to target and do the keyword research like we've already done, and then write a good article. And the way to do that is to go ahead and do research. Now you don't want to go plagiarizing anybody, but what you can do is you can go to Google, search through Google for information. You can also go to Easy Articles and look at people's articles that have written about the same thing, read them and glean the information from it, and then write it out in your own words. Do not copy somebody's article or even copy their sentences or paragraphs. What you want to do is read what they've said and then come back and write your article yourself from what you've learned. Okay, in my second paragraph, I also got the keyword phrase in here 2 additional times, and it makes perfect sense that they're in here. It doesn't look spammy, and it doesn't look to a visitor like it doesn't make any sense. So it's very readable, and the search engines are going to like it. So just continue in the same manner, and when you're done writing, what you want to do is find out your keyword density. And I'm gonna finish this article up here, and then we'll calculate our keyword density. Okay, I have now completed my article. Now what we want to do is calculate our keyword density. Now remember, we want this to be somewhere between 2 and 4%, ideally close to 3%, but anywhere from 2 to 4% is fine. Usually that's going to be ideal for the search engines, and it's not going to look spammy when people are reading it. Okay, so what you want to do is get your word count. Now if you're using OpenOffice, what you can do is go to Tools and then click on Word Count here. Okay, and it tells us we are at 355 words. Let's open our calculator now, get it ready. And then what we want to do is find out how many times electronic dog training collars appears. So what we can do is go into Edit and then go into Find and Replace. Okay, and then electronic dog training collars in the search term, click Find All. And if we look at this here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Okay, so in our calculator, let's do 9 divided by 355 equals. Okay, and we're at 2.5%, just over 2.5%. Okay, so that is a good keyword density for our article. Now, one more thing, make sure you spell check the thing. Okay, so go into Tools and then do Spelling and Grammar, and make sure that your spell check comes up clean. You don't want to submit an article with spelling mistakes in it. First of all, it's going to get rejected, and if somehow it did get past the reviewers or the software, people think you're not that bright. Okay, so make sure that you get this right. Okay, so that concludes the part about article writing. Now we need to talk about our resource box. Now that our article is created, we need to think about our resource box. Now the resource box is another important part of the equation because this is what links your traffic to your website. So you need to make sure you do a good job on a resource box. Now, all a resource box is some words that you can say at the end of your article with a link back to your site. Okay, now let me give you some examples here. Now here's an example of a bad resource box. For more information about, and then dog training collars, go to website.com. Okay, does that really excite you at all? Probably not, and it's not going to excite your visitors either, or you get them curious. Okay, so what you want to do is have a compelling resource box. So spend some time thinking about what you're going to write. This is just as important as writing your article. Now, some article directories allow you to store your resource box up to a certain number, but what I suggest you do is write a resource box for your particular article and then use a custom resource box every time you submit, because you want your resource box to have the keywords to your article in it. Okay, so let's look at what a good resource box would tell you. Okay, so here is a better resource box. Okay, so your name or pen name goes here. Has many years of experience training dogs. I specialize in hard to train dogs. For more extensive information on, and then we have our keyword here, our key phrase, electronic dog training collars, or any other facet of training dogs, go to my main website here. Now, you should make this a clickable link here. So that is a more compelling resource box. So you should model it after that. Say something important, just don't go for more information, go here. Okay, so like I say, have the resource box ready at the bottom of your article like this. And of course, you should hyperlink this to your site using your word processor, or you could actually just put the URL to your site there. Okay, then when you submit your article, you just submit the article above. When you get to your resource box, you use this down here. Just make sure you don't submit the resource box with your article. Okay, that concludes this video. In the next video, we're going to go over submitting your articles.